From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Good Friday morning. The weekend finally here. First weekend of spring, and we've got a wild weather weekend ahead. Wet and windy today. We're going to dry out slightly on Saturday, but then the snow and rain returns on Sunday. Get ready. We'll see 70-degree temperatures next week. A live look outside on our Legends Casino Skycam, 50 degrees right now. It's been blustery again this morning, and be watching for those winds. Are going to pick up a little bit later in the day, just like they did yesterday. Sunset today at 7:11 p.m. Temperatures elsewhere around the area. We've got a nice warm pocket of air here in the Columbia Basin and in the foothills of the Blues. Much cooler when you get into the Yakima and Kittitas Valley. Temperatures there in the 30s. Planning your day out. Again, we're starting out dry, but overcast, cloudy, and windy. And then as those rain showers move across the area, the winds will also pick up. So definitely plan for a rainy day. Grab your rain gear and get ready for the wet weather and the wind later today. I'll tell you more about the snow totals coming up here in just a bit. Get ready for Good Morning Northwest.
Straight ahead here on Good Morning Northwest, we have new details on the helicopter crash near Dayton. This morning, we're learning more about the pilot.
And also an update on the orthopedic clinic in Yakima that shut down after someone vandalized a piece of critical equipment. We have whether you can start making your appointments again.
Also ahead, Elon Musk and Doge is facing a setback this morning. This after a judge blocks the department from having access to Social Security records. We have all the details on Good Morning Northwest, which starts right now.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning, everyone, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Jade Elliott. It is Friday, March 21st. We made it to the end of the week.
It is finally Friday.
We're ready for the weekend.
We are. And we have a lot to get to this morning, so we're going to start with new information. A fire ripped through a home in Findlay overnight, and it took firefighters hours to put it out. The fire broke out late last night, just after 11, and it was on East Bowles Road. When firefighters got to the scene, flames were shooting from the house, and they had to go around the house to break out windows as they were trying to get the fire put out. Crews didn't say if anybody was home when the fire started, but they did say the home was a total loss. Investigators are still looking into what started this fire.
And now to a follow-up on that deadly helicopter crash near Dayton.
That's right. We're now learning more about the pilot who died in Columbia County. And officials tell us the pilot was a man from Yakima who was spraying in the area. The Columbia County Sheriff's Office identified the aircraft as a sprayer from Northwind Aviation. It went down near South Touchy Road around 12:30 p.m. Wednesday. The chopper hit power lines, which caused power outages in the area before it landed in a field. And the pilot's name has not been released yet, and the cause of the crash is still under investigation. Also, the Sheriff's Office is asking the public to avoid that area near Dayton so that agencies can continue to work on recovery. And in continuing coverage this morning, the irrigation canal in Yakima has been damaged ever since the Retreat fire last summer. And the Yakima-Tieton Irrigation District has been working on repairing it for the last 8 months. And while they're set to open up on April 1st for irrigation season, they're now looking to replace the canal entirely. And they do need funding for that. Emily Goodell has more.
During the off-season, we've covered just over 13,000 linear feet of the canal with hardened cover in areas that are high risk for landslides.
They've also ordered hard-to-get parts in case they need to make emergency repairs. But officials say there's a dire need to fully replace the more than 100-year-old irrigation canal with a concrete enclosed box culvert.
It's a system that's been used at very similar locations just like this.
With only 2 months of construction time between the end of irrigation season and harsh winter weather, experts estimate they could only replace a 3,000 to 4,000 foot section each year.
Which would be about 15, 16 years is what it would take to complete the work.
The replacement cost estimated at more than $230 million. Congressman Dan Newhouse signing off on a request for emergency funding from Congress.
If we have to bring as many people as possible out here to see for themselves so they can understand, it doesn't take long to see that this is truly a catastrophe waiting to happen, and we have to do everything we can to avoid it.
In the meantime, farmers and landowners who rely on that canal for irrigation urged to contact the Washington State Department of Ecology to help come up with a contingency plan for if the canal were to fail. In Natchez, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. And officials say while $239 million is a steep cost to replace the canal, it would be spread out over 15 years. However, a catastrophic failure would cost more than $3 billion over just 3 years.
Well, MultiCare's Orthopedics Northwest in Yakima is back open this morning after a major power failure shut the building down last week. Officials tell us that the power at the Rainier building where that facility is located failed after someone vandalized a critical piece of power equipment. Luckily, no one was hurt when this all happened, but it did take some time to get things back up and running.
We're thankful to all the teams involved in the power restoration and safety checks, ensuring a safe environment for our patients and staff.
No update yet on the investigation into that vandalism, but patients can start making appointments again. 506 now to Walla Walla, where a business is clearing out its shelves after being a staple there for 16 years. The Petco in Walla Walla is getting ready to close permanently. Employees say they have to close because of the increased cost of rent, and their lease is up this month. Anyone who had an appointment with the groomers is being contacted. And also note, if you opened up a Petco account in Walla Walla, your account is not automatically being deleted.
They can still use their account online, or they can go to their nearest Petco, which for us, the nearest one would be in Tri-Cities, Pasco and Kennewick. So the customers, they have that option of still placing the orders online or going to their nearest Petco.
So the last day to shop at that Petco there in Walla Walla will be tomorrow. Good news, though, they were able to sell the pets that they had left in the store, aside from a few fish, which are being relocated. Taking you to Pasco now, where the board of directors of the Pasco Public Facilities District unanimously adopted the guaranteed maximum price for the new Pasco Aquatics facility. The city tells us the decision was critical in the design and build process. The building team partnered with Boughton Construction and NAC Designers. Now, they will complete the facility for a total of around $40 million. Pasco voters approving the 0.2% sales tax measure in 2022 to fund, build, and operate this facility. It'll be located at the Broadmoor site at what will be Road 108 and Broadmoor, and it should be finished in May of 2026.
And coming up next on Good Morning Northwest, Elon Musk is facing a setback this morning after a federal judge blocks Doge from having access to sensitive Social Security records. This comes as Trump signs an executive order that'll dismantle the Department of Education. We have all the details coming up in your national news.
And we want to give you that live look outside this morning from our Bi-Mart camera in Yakima. It is 5:08, and Stacey Lee will be back after the break with your First Alert forecast.
We're here at US Cellular, Frost Days, where our customers get exclusive deals just for them. It's like we got our own special club. Should we show them?
Get $1,200 off any phone plus $500 off any tablet.
Our number one service here at NIU Women's Clinic and Aesthetics is our weight loss program. Our program is really focused on a lifestyle change. We want our patients to be able to lose around 10 to 15 pounds of weight loss a month is what we see. But when they're done with us on the program, we want them to be able to keep that weight off. We don't want to see them yo-yo.
So I've lost about 40 to 50 pounds, and that's been over the span of 3 to 4 months. At my peak, I think I was losing probably 10 pounds a week. It was quite a bit, and I just noticed it was falling off of me.
So we are proud to announce that we are releasing a virtual weight loss program. What makes our program so successful for both men and women is the fact that we are treating exactly the reason why you're gaining this weight in the first place. By addressing your insulin insensitivity, your hormone balancing, your lifestyle, treating everything. We really focus on you and your needs.
Now open in Yakima. Go to newuwomensclinic.com to start your weight loss journey today.
It is Operation Best Friend every Wednesday as we feature lovable pets from area shelters all looking for their forever homes. Operation Best Friend from Christine Connolly, As You Wish Real Estate Services, and the Manthei Group Cross Country Mortgage.
Visit your Yakima and Tri-Cities Cadillac dealer today.
At US Cellular, you don't have to choose between a great phone and the right phone plan for you. You can get 4 free phones of your choice and 4 lines for just $90.
That's like us not having to choose between tickets to wrestling or that puppet musical.
Because you get both.
U.S. Cellular, built for us.
Right here in the Bible Belt, a chaotic scene is unfolding.
Tonight on 2020.
An EMT told me that my daughter was dead.
Did this preacher do the unthinkable?
I could see through him.
2020 tonight on ABC.
The Kraken and the Oilers on MeTV. Watch Saturday starting at 6:30. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
And good Friday morning. Let's take a look across all of our sky cams at once. It's kind of like this new feature from Yakima on the Bi-Mart sky cam there to Richland Legends Casino, Dust Devil sky cam in Pasco, and right here at our studios in Kennewick, the Yakima Fed sky cam. Nice little view this morning. Things are looking pretty good, but it has been breezy. Now the weather pattern for today is very active. Check it out. We've got a big band of snow moving in. We're going to see heavy snow across the Cascades, heavy rain, especially centered over Oregon, but the west side of the state, and then we're going to see our showers pretty heavy at times later in the afternoon, so be ready for that. Winter weather advisories in place. If you're traveling over any of our mountain passes, plan for winter driving conditions through 5 a.m. tomorrow morning. The good news for this first full week of spring heading forward, look at these temperatures. We pick right up well above our average next week, and then we're going to drop back down as we'll have another system moving in later. But check out some of these temperatures. We're up to 75 degrees. So here's what your day is looking like today. You're going to start off partly sunny, and then we'll start to see those showers moving in. So enjoy this kind of blustery day so far, and temperatures in the 50s and 60s. Rain showers later this afternoon. Batten down the hatches. It's going to be a windy day. Jade?
Stacey, thanks so much. It is 5:12, and in your national headlines this morning, the Justice Department has been ordered to submit a sworn statement to a U.S. district judge regarding the deportation flights from Saturday. But the judge is saying the DOJ has defied his order once and possibly even twice. So it's prompting concern about the U.S. checks and balances system, the case involving whether immigration officials can use a wartime law to deport people without hearings. A record showed that the judge gave oral and written restraining orders on March 15th, blocking deportation flights related to the case. The White House saying that 3 deportation flights took off that night. Now the judge is giving the DOJ until Tuesday to prove it didn't defy his restraining orders. And Elon Musk and the Department of Government Efficiency is facing a setback this morning. A federal judge has blocked DOJ from accessing sensitive Social Security records. The Trump administration saying that the records are crucial in identifying potential fraud. However, the judge ruling that the administration failed to justify why it needs the data, also calling it a fishing expedition. And it all comes as President Trump signs an executive order to dismantle the Department of Education, the first step in what he says would return education authority over to the states. Now, the Department of Education has predominantly been responsible for preventing discrimination in schools, also overseeing the financial aid application process, as well as funding to help low-income students and those with disabilities. Now, the administration saying it will preserve responsibilities for low-income schools, Pell Grants, and money for children with disabilities. But some parents worry that the massive job cuts will impact services that support their kids. So it's important to note that the president is not able to fully eliminate the department without congressional approval, but the order will scale down its function. All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. When we come back, we'll check back in with Stacy Lee, and she'll have your full First Alert forecast as we give you that live look outside this morning from our Legends Casino and Hotel Sky Cam at Columbia Point in Richland, overlooking the mighty Columbia. We're back right after the break.
At Floor & Home, we know how important it is for everyone to have a safe place. That's why we've partnered with the Boys and Girls Club between now and April 15th by donating a portion of our sales. Love the home and community you live in.
The best deals of the year are going on now at Overturf Kia, with a huge selection to choose from. Looking for a hybrid vehicle that you can drive in either gas or electric mode? Lease a 2025 Kia Sorento plug-in hybrid electric EX with all-wheel drive for just $359 per month. Overturf Kia at the base of the Blue Bridge in Kennewick.
Let's go for a walk. Let's go for a ride. Whether you're shaping up a small yard or taking on serious acreage, let's go the distance. Shop in store and online for 0% financing and instant rebates on select Steel mowers. Steel. Let's go mow.
What makes New You unique? The amazing customer service that we offer to our patients. They know that they're heard, that they're listened to, and we genuinely care about their well-being.
From the second I walked in that office, I felt seen, I felt heard, I didn't feel judged. It just was like, we're a team and we're gonna figure this out.
I had a rare form of breast cancer. Dr. Fedino has just been fantastic. She was really just on my side and helping me, and I'm so relieved and blessed that I went there.
I'm nowhere near diabetic, and I feel amazing. And I lost 55 pounds, and I've been able to keep it off.
She had saved my life because if she hadn't taken just that moment to ask me one extra question, I absolutely would have had an ugly cancer 6 months later.
Go to newyouwomensclinic.com to explore the countless ways that wellness meets beauty.
At Florin Home, we know how important it is for everyone to have a safe place. That's why we've partnered with the Boys and Girls Club between now and April 15th by donating a portion of our sales. Love the home and community you live in.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacey Lee weather. Apple Valley News Now on your side. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacey Lee.
Happy Friday. It's the first weekend of spring. A live look outside on our Yakima Federal Sky Cam here in Kennewick. Looking good. It's been a little breezy. Some of our cameras have been jumping around with those winds. Winds sustained at 21 miles an hour. Gusting up a little bit higher than that. 50 degrees outside, and our feels like temp is 50. So there you go. Nice and decent. In fact, there's a nice warm pocket kind of hanging over Hermiston, Tri-Cities, Walla Walla. Warmer air here, but you see that colder air there as we have a system that's going to start pushing in a little bit later today. We do have winter weather alerts to tell you about. Take a look at some of those snow totals. Lots of active weather, and travel conditions could be dicey at pass level at Snoqualmie. You could see 6 to 12 additional inches. We have a lot of snow in the Cascades of Oregon and also the Blue Mountains. Looking at our future cast, let's time things out around here. Again, partly cloudy today, and then those showers will start picking up about midday. There's a little donut hole here, but don't worry, that'll fill in, and we'll see those showers with those gusty winds moving through. Heavy mountain snow here, and of course, we'll see that mountain snow across the Blue Mountains and that I-84 corridor. So if you're heading that direction, definitely trip check. All right, here's what our pattern looks like tomorrow. We're kind of in a lull. We dry out. You'll see some sunshine, and then we've got another system that is moving across the area. Call this, part of the beginning of an atmospheric river, which will continue to push through our area on Sunday. So active weather coming our way. Let's talk about those winds. It's been breezy and blustery, and guess what? We're going to see those winds picking up a little bit later, just kind of like they did yesterday in the early afternoon. And those winds are going to be with us and hang around throughout the day. So very blustery throughout today. Winds will finally start to die down overnight into the early morning hours of Saturday, but expect some more gusty winds to pick up on Sunday through the region. Today's highs on the warmer side. Look at that. We're seeing 61 in the Tri-Cities, 50s elsewhere, 60 in Hermiston. Tonight, showers, mountain snow, and gusty winds with those temperatures pretty much above the freezing level all through the region, except for up in the mountains. Here's what it looks like in the Tri-Cities. Look for those breezy and gusty winds. Check out Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, a nice string of 73-degree temperatures. In Yakima, we'll see temperatures in the 50s. We go from 57 Sunday to a big jump on Monday up to 70 degrees. So kind of a weather or temperature roller coaster, if you will, through the area. Here's Ellensburg, 50s in the upper 60s, a nice warm trend there as well. We'll see some breezy and gusty winds. More chances of rain in the Walla Walla area. area. Temperatures once again above normal. And here's what it looks like in Hermiston for the next 7 days. So nice little warm up with those highs on Wednesday, 75. Enjoy that. It's going to cool back down as we head towards the end of the week with another system moving in. So a little wet start to our weekend. Nice day Saturday. More active weather on Sunday. And remember to check those past reports. Stay with us. There's more Good Morning Northwest when we come right back.
Come discover our hand-picked collections at D-Lynn's Boutique. Whether you're shopping for a cozy weekend getaway or a special night out, D-Lynn's Boutique has everything you need to shine this winter. Visit us in-store or online and let us help you wrap the season in style.
Okay, y'all, we got 10 orders coming in.
Starting a business is never easy, but starting at 8 months pregnant, that's a different story. I couldn't slow down. We were starting a business from the ground up. People were showing up left and right, and so did our business needs. The Chase e-card made it easy. When you go for something big like this, your kids see that, and they believe they can do the same.
Earn unlimited 1.5% cash back on every purchase with the Chase Ink Business Unlimited card from Chase for Business. Make more of what's yours.
Time isn't just minutes or hours. It's the moments spent where and with the people who make home feel like home. That's why our newly expanded service department is here and open 7 days a week to get you in, out, and on your way. Any make, any model, same day. Get express service, same day at McCurley Chevrolet.
The Subaru A Lot to Love event is here, which means it's time for some spring cleaning at McCurley Subaru. And this March, your trade is worth more than ever. Right now, we're giving you an extra $500 off any vehicle purchase when you trade in a vehicle, plus special event savings on every new and pre-owned vehicle. And with exclusive low-rate financing, driving home a new ride has never been easier. Get to McCurley Subaru today, where your trade is worth more this March.
For over 49 years, Shelby's Floral has been your homegrown neighbor, bringing joy and beauty to every occasion. We're more than just a flower shop and specialize in beautiful custom arrangements, live plants, silk florals, and home decor. Our experienced designers are here to help you with all your floral needs, ensuring that every bouquet is as special as the moment it celebrates. Visit us today at our brand new location on Clearwater in Kennewick. We're part of your community and can't wait to help you celebrate life's moments. Shelby's Floral.
Curve Appeal's new Era machine is here with an unbeatable offer. Get 4 sessions for just $999 or 8 sessions for $17.99. The best prices in town for incredible results. This special ends April 12th. Start your new era with Curve Appeal. Book your consultation today.
The Kraken and the Oilers on MeTV. Watch Saturday starting at 6:30.
Welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. In your entertainment headlines, we're learning more about Bella Ramsey, who's the star of the HBO show called The Last of Us.
Okay, Ramsey announcing that they have autism, opening up about the diagnosis in an interview with British Vogue just yesterday. Ramsey saying it happened while filming the first season of the show.
That's right. They say a crew member with an autistic child just assumed Ramsey was also autistic. That prompted them to seek out a psychiatric assessment.
And Ramsey says the diagnosis has been freeing and improved their acting.
There you go.
Well, moving on in entertainment news, we're now talking about the star of the movie Anora, such a good movie. Her name's Mikey Madison, and she is set to make her Saturday Night Live hosting debut.
Oh, she's fresh off her big Oscar win, winning her first ever Academy Award last month for lead actress for Anora. She's been chosen to host SNL's March 29th episode with musical guest Morgan Wallen, who will be making his second appearance on the show.
That should be good stuff. Yes. SNL has been celebrating its milestone 50th anniversary all season long with a strong roster of hosts, musical acts alongside Starry Anniversary Special. Jack Black will return to the Studio 8H for the 4th time to host the April 5th episode with musical guest Elton John and Brandi Carlile, Washingtonian Brandi Carlile.
Yes. And John Hamm will take the stage for the 4th time as host on April 12th, joined by musical guest Lizzo. That is a
That's a lineup.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And
All
Jack
right.
Black.
Yes.
Laughing the entire time. He's one of my favorites for sure.
He's so funny.
Too good.
I know.
I'll have to put some toothpicks in to stay awake.
I was going to say, we can like record this and watch it the next day, right? None of us can stay up that late.
Right.
All right, so much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Washington lawmakers trying to bring in more money to help close the budget gap. And one of the things the Senate Democrats are proposing are new taxes on the wealthy.
Albert James walks us through what the tax changes could look like, plus how it's being received on the other side of the aisle. It's all in your next half hour, but first we're going to check out your Tech Bites.
In today's Tech Bites, bogus listings on Google Maps. The company says an investigation found thousands of fake business profiles or legitimate accounts that had been hacked. Now it's suing the alleged scammers, accusing them of creating and selling those profiles online. Next, Apple is being sued for false advertising over Apple Intelligence. A group of consumers is seeking damages, claiming Apple promoted intelligence features, including enhanced Siri, while knowing they would be ready much later than planned. No comment from Apple. And the company that owns Edible Arrangements created an e-commerce shop taking a bite out of the other edibles market. Instead of offering just fruit baskets, it launched edibles.com for gummies and other hemp products. They're starting in Texas before rolling out nationwide, and they also plan to open brick and mortar stores. Can't blame them for this joint venture. After all, it is a budding industry. Those are your Tech Bites. Have a great day.
These dishes just aren't getting clean.
The problem isn't your machine. It's likely your detergent.
Really?
Really. I recommend switching to Cascade Platinum Plus. These new pods are packed with more soaking, scrubbing, and rinsing action. Plus, the grease-fighting power of Dawn, easily removing up to 100% of tough stuck-on foods.
That's impressive.
And it works so well, it even keeps your filter clean. Cascade, the #1 recommended brand. Just scrape, load, and you're done.
Speak now or forever hold your... Only took 4-hour cough liquid? Unlike Robitussin DM liquid, Delsum 12-hour liquid offers 12 hours of cough relief all day or night. Delsum, cough crisis averted.
At TJ Maxx, you can afford to turn your closet into a place of endless expression. With the quality, styles, and prices you love. Max what makes you, you.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good Friday morning. Thanks so much for waking up with us, joining us here for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Jade Elliott.
I'm Jessica Jalal.
And I'm Stacey Lee. All right, ladies, are you ready for the weekend?
I am.
We're going to start off a little stormy today, but things are looking good for our Saturday. A little bit of a break in between systems.
As a sports mom, I love that because we'll be out on the lacrosse field.
Okay, it should be good tomorrow for you, but then things ramp back up Sunday. Our favorite word this season has been atmospheric river, and that is what is coming our way.
That sounds terrifying.
It sounds terrifying, but it's called the Pineapple Express also. So
I
let's
like
bring
that better. Yeah.
Lots of
Way
moisture to the area. Wet, windy today, drying out Saturday. More rain and mountain snow on Sunday. And look for those 70-degree temps next week. A live look outside on our Bi-Mart Sky Cam, Yakima Valley. Pretty nice morning, 36. A lot colder in Yakima than it is in the Tri-Cities this morning. Winds are much lighter there at 5 miles per hour. Let's take a look at temperatures elsewhere around the region. Look at the difference. 36, it's 50 in the Tri-Cities, 53 in Hermiston. We have a nice warm pocket of air sitting over the area. Foothills of the Blues also near 50 degrees. So planning your day for today, a little bit cool out the door in the Yakima and Kittitas Valley, much warmer in the Tri-Cities and Hermiston. Check out what it looks like midday. That's where we're going to start to see those showers, and they're kind of going to linger on and off beginning around noon all through the late afternoon. Also, as these showers move through the area, your winds are going to start to pick up in the region. So be prepared for a windy and wet day today. A little bit of a break for all of you lacrosse and soccer moms. It should be okay outside. And then that next system returns on Sunday. I'll get to more coming up in just a bit. Jade.
Stacey, thanks so much. 5:29 now, and Senate Democrats in Olympia are now out with their proposals to bring in more money to balance the state budget. They're proposing new taxes on the wealthy while also changing property and sales taxes. Albert James walks us through the tax changes and how the proposals are being received on the other side of the aisle.
Senate Democratic budget leaders Thursday released long-expected plans to bring in new revenue to close the state's multi-billion-dollar budget gap over the next 4 years.
Voters are really interested both in making sure that wealthy people and businesses pay their fair share of the tax burden in our state, and that they don't want to see vital services cut.
The proposal has 5 parts. First, implementing a tax on people who have over $50 million worth of stocks, bonds, and other certain financial assets. Democrats are also proposing a payroll tax on large employers similar to Seattle's Jumpstart tax. They also want to change the cap on property tax increases. They call the current growth limit of 1% arbitrary and instead propose a combined rate of population growth plus inflation.
This will help ensure that our local communities have the revenue to reflect the actual cost of providing public safety and community protection services for their communities.
The fourth proposal is to eliminate tax exemptions that have been deemed by auditors as ineffective or obsolete. And while it would reduce the amount of revenue brought in by the state, they're also proposing reducing the state's sales tax 0.5% to 6%.
As cost of living is rising, Washington's current regressive tax code puts an additional strain on households that are really struggling to meet their basic needs. And this proposal reduces that disproportionate impact.
In all, the Senate Democrats say the proposals are set to bring in $17 billion over the next 4 years for schools, health care, and other state services. Senate Republican budget lead Chris Godon argues the new taxes are unnecessary to sustain state services and lawmakers need to limit spending instead. He took issue with Democrats saying they're targeting the wealthy while also opening the door for property tax increases.
That will directly fall on the backs of working families, middle class, people who are trying to get by, and it will also be a pass-through cost to renters across our state who are already struggling so much.
I reached out to the governor's office if he had any comment on the tax proposals, but didn't hear back Thursday afternoon. Democrats say they've been keeping Ferguson updated on their budget progress as the governor has made it clear he wanted to exhaust spending cuts first before talking new revenue. Now, the spending that all this revenue is going to go toward is still being ironed out. House and Senate Democrats are expected to release their own separate budget proposals on Monday. Senate Republicans released theirs last week. Everyone has to come together to pass one single budget out of the legislature by the time session ends on April 27th. At the state capitol in Olympia, I'm Albert James reporting.
Taking you to the post office now, where the U.S. Mail Not For Sale Day of Action had workers rallying together in 150 cities all across the country, making their voices heard. And one of those rallies right here in Pasco. Now, postal employees, the American Postal Workers Union, and letter carriers holding signs outside the Tri-Cities area post office. And the Day of Action calls for protesting the Trump administration's proposed changes in privatizing the Postal Service. The union saying the changes will increase prices, slash jobs, and keep people from getting the service they know and trust.
So this is a rally to get public awareness out there for everybody that some things need to be cut in the right way. We're with the American Postal Workers Union, and we're a very strong union for the clerks and maintenance side of the Postal Service. And so this is just them doing their thing.
Now, in a recent letter to Congress, the Postmaster General, Louis DeJoy, said the buyout would result in a reduction of 10,000 workers over the next month and billions of dollars in savings. And speaking of the post office, get ready for big changes from the United States Postal Service in Washington and Oregon starting April 1st. Now, right now, the current price for a stamp is 73 cents, and that one is going to stay that way. But come April, priority mail prices will go up by 3.2%. With this option, packages typically arrive in 1 to 3 business days. Other changes include the cost of USPS Ground Advantage, and this will rise by 3.9%. Parcel Select prices will jump up 9.2.
And check this out. Experts say acts of kindness may make you happier than getting a higher salary. The World Happiness Report is released each year on the International Day of Happiness.
That makes me happy.
Right? I love that. So it's a global analysis on happiness and well-being, and this year's report paid special attention to acts of benevolence and people's expectations of their communities.
And we're talking about acts like donating money, volunteering, and doing a nice thing for a stranger. And the data shows that 70% of the world's population did at least one kind thing in the last month.
I love that.
Me too. And an expert with Gallup said acts of generosity predict happiness even more than earning a higher salary. So that encourages me to go out and do something nice today. I do something nice every day, I would like to think.
You do.
I try. I think we all try,
show
right?
together, and that is very nice of you to do.
Thank you, Jade. You're always nice to work with and just nice in general.
Well, thanks. I'm going to be extra nice today.
Yay.
Just for funsies.
And coming up next, so we just talked about happiness, but March Madness is currently going on, so instead of smiling, you're probably yelling at your TV.
We are here to truly care about your voice. So coming up, we've got how you can protect your voice when you're cheering or yelling at your team. That's coming up in just a few minutes.
Wendy Redmond, Austin Reed, Stacy Lee weather. Apple Valley News Now on your side.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
You used to love these shoes, but they aren't you anymore. So why not donate them to your local Goodwill? Proceeds from Goodwill sales fund programs that provide specialized training and support for people with disabilities, helping them develop essential workplace skills, promoting inclusivity and empowerment. Job seekers who will one day walk in someone else's shoes, perhaps yours, and proudly share stories about their awesome Goodwill find. When you donate to Goodwill, you'll know the future's in great hands. And shoes. Goodwill. Donate, shop, impact locally.
Dust off those dancing shoes and grab your partner. Active for Life presents Community Dance, Friday, April 4th at the Hapo Center in Pasco. Here's an event you won't want to miss. There'll be dinner, dancing, casino-like games, and more. All this fun and excitement for just $30. It'll be a night to remember. Get your tickets now at the following locations. Proceeds for this wonderful event go to benefit the Walk to End Alzheimer's. It's the Community Dance, Dancing Through the Decades, Friday, April 4th from 5 to 9. Sponsored by these fine sponsors.
In 1997, my father-in-law, John Ramsey, started this business. We took it from 2.5 acres. Now we're 22 acres.
What separates us is you're not just a number when you walk in the door.
Professional, on time. They answer all my questions.
If you're looking for a high-quality trailer at the right price, this is the place.
It feels like a home away from home.
I can guarantee when you buy an RV from us, you are part of the Broadmoor family.
At Broadmoor RV,
we make camping fun!
Hi, I'm Rowdy with Total Energy Management. For 40 years, we've been keeping the Tri-Cities comfortable with top-notch heating and air conditioning services. We take pride in delivering exceptional service and unbeatable deals. Right now, you can save big with up to $4,900 in rebates and tax credits on a new Carrier heating and cooling system. So turn to the experts at Total Energy Management to ensure your house is the perfect temperature year-round. Visit TEMINC.com or call 946-4500 to learn more.
Hey, good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
You don't just see it, you feel it.
I'm in.
I'm in.
I'm in too. I am in. I'm in.
I'm in too.
I'll be here.
Idols breaking the internet. And Sunday, an emotional tribute.
Everyone was focusing on my dad's death, and I wanted to tell the story of his life.
It's so brave of you.
American Idol, new Sunday on ABC.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Happy Friday. The weekend is here, and let's take a look at our 3-degree guarantee. We hit it again. I made it, just slid in barely, because our actual high yesterday was 55 degrees, 58, so we were within 3 degrees. We've added $25 to that jackpot. We're now up to $400, so I'm on a roll for Josh. Very good stuff. All right, for today, again, we're looking at a daytime high of 61. We'll have the results for you on Monday, but $400 in that jackpot. All right, let's take a live look outside. Legends Casino Skycam in Richland, 50 degrees. So far, clear skies. It's been a little breezy this morning, and you'll continue to see those breezy and gusty winds. Look for our sunset tonight at 7-11. Here's that active weather pattern all down our west coast from the Olympic Peninsula all the way into Northern California. We're going to continue to see heavy mountain snow, heavy showers, picking up several inches of rain on the west side of the state in Oregon and in Washington. And we'll see those showers picking up later in the day. They're going to stick around most of the day. That system starts to move off to the east. We'll see lighter showers going into Saturday, but a few still snow showers above. We do have winter weather alerts. Look at some of those snow totals. Very impressive here for the middle to almost end of March and into spring. So good stuff there. Temperature wise, we've been on the cooler side, right around average, but check out early next week as temperatures jump way above our average, and then we'll dump back down on Thursday, cooling back to our average temp. So we have a nice lot of about 3 days in a row, nice and warm temperatures. I'm thinking the golf course is looking good on those days. All right, for today, look for those gusty winds and the showers picking up later. We're going to start off fairly clear to start our day. Winds will pick up. Showers will be here around lunchtime or so, early afternoon. Temperatures ranging from the low 50s to the upper 50s to the low 60s all through the area. So active weather today, and more to come with your First Alert full weather forecast. Jade?
Thanks, Stacey. 5:41, talking sports this morning because March Madness is back. Basketball fans are ready to cheer on their favorite team. And whether you're planning to watch from your living room, maybe a sports bar, or if you're lucky enough to see one of the games in person, screaming and shouting can take a toll on your voice. Mandy Gaither explains how to protect your vocal cords while cheering during the big dance.
It's that time of year again. Hoops, hopes, and fans cheering. But experts say prolonged shouting can actually damage your vocal cords.
Our voice is really kind of our treasure. It's part of who we are, and it's very important to take care of it.
Anne-Marie Parati with the American Speech, Language, and Hearing Association says excessive use of the voice for extended periods can lead to lesions on the vocal cords. To avoid temporary or even permanent damage, she says to stay hydrated by drinking lots of water and avoid sodas, alcohol, or even fried, salty, or spicy foods, which can all dry out vocal cords. Next, take breaks from cheering to give your voice a rest.
It's important for fans to remember that they don't need to be the loudest voice in the room.
Parati says you can find alternative ways to cheer that don't involve your voice, like clapping or using noisemakers. Also, don't smoke or vape and avoid smoky environments, which can inflame vocal cords. After the game, soothe your throat. Sipping warm tea with honey or inhaling steam can help keep vocal cords relaxed. Finally, if you have persistent hoarseness or vocal pain lasting more than 2 weeks, it's time to see a specialist.
The longer you go without getting the help, the more damage can be done.
For Health Minute, I'm Mandy Gaither.
All right, and if you do find yourself with some vocal damage after getting a little too rowdy, you can always see a speech and language pathologist. They can help treat your vocal conditions. Still much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. Coming up, we have your morning sprint and everything you need to know as you head out the door this morning. And we'll check back in with Stacey Lee. She will have your full First Alert forecast as we give you that live look outside at 5:43 on this Friday, taking a look from our Yakima Federal camera here in Kennewick at the Apple Valley studio. We're back right after the break.
To keep your home cool and comfortable all summer, your air conditioner needs maintenance this spring. Vance will inspect, test, and clean your AC so it's ready for hot weather. Don't take a chance. Call Vance.
Got a birthday coming up, celebrating a big win, or just want to gather the crew for pizza and a good time? For decades, Hubby's Pizza has been the go-to spot for family, friends, and fun. Reserve your table and bring the whole gang. Kids, family, teammates, whoever loves great pizza and good vibes. Dig into your favorite pizza, hit up the fresh salad bar, and let the kids have a blast in the arcade. And if the party's at your place, no problem. Hubby's now delivers through Grubhub and DoorDash. A community tradition, a place to celebrate. Acquire the Hubby's habit today.
Looking for a new appliance but don't want to wait weeks for delivery? At Fred's Appliance, our Get It Today inventory makes sure you don't have to. Thanks to our fully stocked warehouses, we have a vast selection of appliances ready for you right now. From refrigerators to washing machines, ovens to dryers, you name it, we have it ready to go. No more waiting, no more delays. Just the appliance you need when you need it. Fred's Appliance. If we advertise it, we've got it. Visit any of our showrooms and get your new appliance today.
It only happens once a year. The McCurley dealership's spring cleaning event is here at McCurley Honda. And this March, your trade is worth more than ever. Right now, we're giving you an extra $500 off any vehicle purchase when you trade in a vehicle, plus special event savings on every new and pre-owned vehicle. And with exclusive low-rate financing, driving home a new ride has never been easier. Get to McCurley Honda today, where your trade is worth more this March.
At Smoke City for Less, we understand every smoker is unique. Explore our over 1,500 vape flavors and specialty curated selection of tobacco products. Your perfect flavor and blend awaits at any of Smoke City for Less 6 locations. Save your pennies. Smoke City for Less has the lowest prices. Find the best vape mods, batteries, kratom, and specialty products too. Our knowledgeable staff is always on hand to provide personalized recommendations. Smoke City for Less. We smoke the competition.
To keep your home cool and comfortable all summer, your air conditioner needs maintenance this spring. Vance will inspect, test, and clean your AC so it's ready for hot weather. Don't take a chance. Call Vance.
Stacy Lee, KapKView First Alert Weather. Watch tonight. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Stacy Lee.
Happy Friday. Let's take a look at our First Alert radar. We see some active snow showers falling over the Cascades and that I-90 corridor. If you're heading to the Seattle area today, check those past reports. 50 degrees right now in our Legends Casino Skycam. It's been blustery all night and windy again this morning. Winds will kind of die down a little bit and pick right back up later this afternoon, so be prepared for winds 30 to 40 miles an hour. Temperatures around the area looking pretty good. It's much cooler in the Yakima-Kittitas Valley as that frontal system's a little bit closer to that region, but we're warm here in the Columbia Basin and the foothills of the Blues. Winter weather alerts, lots of those. Impressive snow totals, which could alter your traffic or travel plans this weekend. Once again, over I-90 today. Things are looking much better for travel across the passes on Saturday, but then be prepared for the next wave on Sunday. Here's our futurecast. You see those snow showers kind of cloudy through the area, and then those rains start to pick up later. Here's our heavy snow. Again, we're right across the pass level, right on down Columbia Basin, rain, and then we'll pick up some mountain snow in the Blues. There's the heavy snow showers. Here's the rain, and then look at Walla Walla. Potentially a thunderstorm. We'll have to keep an eye on that with these warmer temperatures. I did see a little report up north in the Idaho Panhandle of thunder snow, and that happens occasionally where you get a thunderstorm and it's snowing at the same time. Here's the weather pattern on Saturday. Again, we're in between systems, but this guy here is going to start to move onshore Saturday night. Heavy mountain snow again, lots of rain on the west side. And then on Sunday, we continue with an atmospheric river bringing a lot more moisture, especially to the west side. I was reading reports of anywhere picking up through these couple of systems up to 10 inches of water on that side of the hill. So let's take a look at our wind advisory. We don't have a wind advisory today, but it is going to be very gusty, blustery, especially as that system moves in around midday. You see those winds picking up here in the Columbia Basin, in the Tri-Cities, and across our mountain pass areas as well. It's going to stay pretty windy all day long as you make your way through your Friday, and then things will start to kind of calm down on Saturday morning, picking up once again in the afternoon on Saturday, and then Sunday another blustery day. Today's highs 50s, 60s, looking pretty good outside. Tonight we're going to be in the 30s. Everybody staying above the freezing level except for in our mountain areas. Here's your 7-day planning forecast. Look for those breezy winds in the 50s 50s, 60s. We hit those 70-degree temps next week will be nice. And then we have our next system moving in next Thursday. So a little bit of a blustery start to your first weekend of spring, but nice warm up is headed your way for Ellensburg Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Walla Walla also looking wet today. Look for windy conditions, maybe a thunder shower later today. We'll have to keep a close eye on that in the upper 70s right into next week. And then again, we stay in the 50s and 60s. We're going to be in the 70s next week. Stay with us. We've got our sprint coming up right now.
Now, the morning sprint.
5:49, time for your morning sprint here, and the top 5 local things you need to know as you head out the door this morning. It's new information coming in this morning on the deadly helicopter crash near Dayton. We're learning that the pilot who died was a man from Yakima. His name has not yet been released. The helicopter was a sprayer from Northwind Aviation, and it went down near South Touchy Road. The cause of the crash is still under investigation, and the sheriff's office is asking the public to avoid that area while the agencies continue to work on recovery.
Big changes are coming soon to the USPS in both Washington and Oregon as prices to ship your mail are set to increase. Priority mail, the option that takes 1 to 3 business days, will increase by 3.2%. Ground Advantage shipping will rise by 3.9%, and Parcel Select is set to jump up 9.2%. However, the cost of a stamp will stay the same at 73 cents. And the first phase of changes will start April 1st, but the second phase will start July 1st.
And looking for the best tasting water? Well, head to Yakima, the city defending its best tasting water title, taking first place in the 2025 Central Washington Best Tasting Water Contest. This is the 3rd consecutive year that the city has won the award. The city of Yakima now advances to the Pacific Northwest AWWA competition in Boise this May. The winner of that will then compete nationally at the AWWA Annual Conference and Expo in Denver this June.
And the Petco in Walla Walla is permanently closing after 16 years, and their last day will be on this Saturday. Employees say this is due to the increased cost of rent. If you had an appointment with their groomers, you are being contacted. Also, if you opened an account at the Walla Walla store, it will not be deleted. The next closest Petco stores are located in the Tri-Cities.
And Multicare's Orthopedics Northwest in Yakima is officially back open, and patients can start making appointments again. It all comes after they had to stop operations last week because someone vandalized a critical piece of power equipment, resulting in a power failure at the building. The investigation into that vandalism is still underway.
In your national headlines this morning, a U.S. district judge says the Department of Justice defied his orders earlier this week regarding the deportation flights on Saturday. Records show the judge gave orders on March 15th blocking the deportation flights, but the flights still went through. The judge also says the DOJ evaded its obligations in providing a sworn statement about the potential use of the state secrets privilege. Now the judge has set a new deadline for Tuesday, asking the department to prove that it didn't defy orders.
President Trump signs an executive order to begin the process of dismantling the Department of Education. It's the first step in the process to shift education authority to the states. Now, the president is not able to fully eliminate it without congressional approval, but this order will scale down its function. The administration says certain critical functions like student loans will remain under the agency's umbrella, and the order is likely to face legal challenges.
In your business headlines, Mickey Mouse is keeping a prominent LGBTQ program. Disney investors voted down a proposal to back out of the Human Rights Campaign's Corporate Equality Index, and that vote wasn't even close. Just 1% of shareholders voted in favor of the proposal, and the vote comes after Disney scaled back its DEI policies last month.
5:52, and a former Facebook executive turned whistleblower says Meta is blocking her from speaking to Congress about her experiences at the company. Sarah Wynne Williams detailed her experiences at Facebook in a new book called Careless People, but Meta moved quickly to stop her from promoting or discussing the memoir. The company saying she violated a non-disparagement agreement. Her book, Careless People, includes details about Wynne Williams' time at Facebook, including the social media giant's efforts to expand into China and alleged sexual harassment.
And Klarna and DoorDash are teaming up to offer flexible payment options. DoorDash customers will be able to select Klarna as a pay option when ordering groceries and more. And the options will include paying in full or 4 equal interest-free installments. And there will also be a pay later option, which allows customers to defer payments to a more convenient time.
5:53 in your health news this morning. Be careful before doing your next load of laundry. Woolite is recalling more than 16,000 of its Delicates detergent bottles that were sold on Amazon in January. Officials say the soap in question might contain a form of bacteria that's often present in water and soil. That bacteria can infect a person if you get it in your eyes or an open wound.
And a new study suggests babies as young as 1 year old may be able to form memories, but they just can't remember them. Researchers studied 26 young children ranging from 4 months to 2 years old, and the researchers say if they focused longer on an image then that suggested they recognized it, which indicated memory recall. And if the baby showed no preference, then that suggested their memory was less developed. The researchers are now working to test why the brain is unable to retrieve those early memories in life.
And in your sports headlines this morning, Seattle Kraken are up north in Edmonton on Saturday to battle the Oilers. Pre-game starts at 6:30, puck drops at 7, and you can catch the game on Apple Valley News Now's sister station, MeTV. And the glass ceiling has been broken in the most powerful job in world sports. International Olympic Committee has elected Christy Coventry as its 10th president. She's IOC's first woman and African president. The 41-year-old will also become the youngest ever to assume the role. Before becoming a member of the IOC, she was a standout swimmer from Zimbabwe, winning 7 of the country's 8 Olympic medals to date. And she officially takes charge, taking over for the president who's been in position for the last 12 years. She takes charge on June 24th.
Trending this morning now, March Madness is in full swing. It's the first full day, or it happened yesterday, of the NCAA men's basketball tournament that kicked off again yesterday.
Yeah, did you guys do brackets? You got a bracket going?
Do you think I did a bracket, Jay?
I just wanted to hear you say if you did or not.
Sometimes I do take part, but I usually just ask my fiance. I'm like, can you do this for me really quick? Yeah.
You don't just pick based off of their mascots, like, oh, that's cute.
I'm like, okay, a Kardashian dated that one. I'll pick that. There we go.
It's a lot of work filling out a bracket, just saying.
Yeah, it's I like the homework too.
Right.
And then you still won't, there's a...
Oh, you're never going to win. No.
Exactly.
So after the first game going final, a huge amount of brackets already busted. They have quite a few blemishes on them, especially after Creighton beat Louisville. No one saw that coming.
That's right. A post on the NCAA March Madness X account noted that only 36% of fans' brackets remain perfect after one day.
Yeah.
Busted.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I know. My son and husband, they both have Duke winning the big shebang.
Nobody's going Gonzaga. Come on.
Okay, so I normally do every year in my bracket. I have Gonzaga going all the way. And I mean, as great as that would be fantastic. Right. It hasn't happened yet. So I was on the way of doing that, and my husband's like, seriously, you're gonna do that again this year? Like, aren't you trying to win? So
what are the Texas schools that are playing? I should have looked this up.
I think Texas Tech is playing.
A&M? No?
I don't know if A&M's in it or not.
Who I'm rooting for.
You can tell
when I know what's happening, what's going on.
When you know what's going on, you can let us know.
One of these days, right?
That's funny.
So much more ahead here on Good Morning Northwest. A police officer in Milton Freewater being recognized for making the community a safer place. We have what he's done and who it is, all coming up in your 6 o'clock hour.
Plus, we'll take you to the scene of an overnight house fire in Findlay. More details on that in our 6 o'clock hour. And Stacy, what are you tracking?
We're tracking a mild start, then a wet, windy afternoon, and a little bit of a break on Saturday. All the details coming up.